Grant Cardone is the best-selling author of the 10X Rule, and Forbes called him the #1 marketer to watch. He went from being a kid labeled with ADD, almost dying of a drug overdose, to becoming a real estate mogul with a portfolio of $1.5 billion. Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men all my life. Like na 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 na. For my top 10, top 10, top 10, na 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 na. This one's for my top 10.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because chances are you are the most ambitious person in your circle, but you know you're capable of more. And you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Grant Cardone, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Pay attention to your money.
What would be a few non-negotiables that everyone should take with their money? Like if you got 100,000, you want to get to $1 million. If you got $1 million, you want to get 10.
Pay attention to it.
Okay. Pay attention to your money.
You should look at your money every day.
Look at it every day. Look at the bank account.
Look at the bank account. What are your cash accounts and what are your investments?
Look at it every day.
Every single day. It takes
What does that
5
do?
seconds.
What does that do for you?
Where am I at? Inventory. Personal inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So where am I at? It's measurable. You can see it.
Yeah.
If it's 0, look at it until it makes you sick. Okay, and then you see some money sitting in a bank. Okay, you got 100 grand sitting in a bank account or 50 grand. Okay, you need look what is it earning? No. People are unconscious. They don't know where their money is. This is the scam on this planet. You get money, you work your ass off, and then you give it to an institution, and you forget that it's there. Mm-hmm. Wells Fargo's paying you nothing. Bank of America's paying you nothing.
Chase, yeah.
You send it to Chase, they're not paying you anything. You send it to the mutual fund. You don't even know what it's invested in. Right. It's invested in stuff you don't even believe in.
Right.
It's invested in war stocks, tobacco stocks, drug companies. Like that's not things you even believe in. Like people have their money like that's not even conducive with the things they believe in their life.
Yeah.
So if you don't drink alcohol, why would you invest your money in alcohol stocks?
That's true.
So pay attention to where the money is. What is it paying you? Where is it? Look at it every day. It takes literally 2 minutes or less.
Rule number 2, position yourself for bigger things.
I was in Tokyo. Tokyo's had 20-year. I appreciate this conversation, by the way, because not enough people talk about economics, but Japan's had a 20-year contraction. Mm-hmm. The population's getting older. The young people are moving out. But the real estate in Japan, in Tokyo particularly, you could have been invested in the Tokyo real estate for the last 20 years. The economy's going like this, and that property's still doing this because it produces income. And it won't go away. It's still going to be there. Tokyo is going to be Tokyo 20 years from now. Yeah. And you just can't get this hub right here. This spot's going to be here. And so people need to start positioning themselves for a bigger, much bigger think. Mm. And it's what keeps people from doing more business with you because the think is so small.
Rule number 3, achieve your potential.
Just this depression thing. This is a topic that interests me so much.
Have you ever dealt with it at all, Grant?
Totally.
Okay.
Almost my whole life.
Still? A little bit?
No, well, what happens is socially we say it's depression. But what if it wasn't depression and it was just truth? Mm. That I'm having to sleep with my own truth, that I can do more, right? So why wouldn't I be a bit depressed if I have this potential and I'm operating here? Every individual knows what they're capable of, right? So if I know I have this much potential and I'm living here, wouldn't I be like a little bit disappointed with myself? Yes. Now, what happened because back in the 50s, there was no depression. Nobody was talking about depression. People were talking about how do I get to the next level, right? Today in our psychiatric community where drugs are, where the average American has 8 prescriptions sitting in their medicine cabinet. Like I'm on one drug, I got to take a second drug to handle the third drug because of the blood pressure drug, because of this drug. And dude, I'm stacking out like, why? Because I was depressed? Why am I depressed? Because I don't look like I don't have his arms. I have the potential to have his arms. Maybe not. Okay.
Pretty close,
but,
right?
but it would require me to go to work, right? Or I need to look a different way, or I'm aging, or whatever the deal is, right? Like, so for me, I have always struggled with depression. But it was more because people were telling me I was depressed when the truth is I was just disappointed, man.
Me too.
I was disappointed with me.
Me too.
You know, my mom would always tell me, my mom was always the first person I would call anytime I scored. And she was my best friend. And she passed when about 9 years ago when Sabrina was born. 5 days later, Sabrina was born. And every score I had, I was 51 years old, man. Between 25 and 51, every score I had, my mom was the first person I called. Mom, I did this. Every time, she had the same response. Son, that's great, but I love you just the way you are. Over and over, she told me that. And then one day I'm like, but I don't. Now, I can't really say that. A whole bunch of people are going to say, why don't you love you just the way you are? Something wrong with you, because there's that whole culture out there. This I don't know what the term is, but it's this holistic idea that you should love yourself the way you are. I would tell everybody, dude, if you know that you can do more, do not love who you are. Achieve who you can be, because you can be more. He's done it. I've done it. And I did it by replacing the depression concept, not doing the drugs, by the way. I was put on them like 5 or 6 times. And threw them away and just said, you know what? I'm going to go for my goals. I'm going to go for my potential. If I'm going to screw this up, I'm going to screw it up Grant's way, not their way.
Rule number 4, keep taking risks.
I saw a video posted the other day about millionaires are broke or something on Instagram. Well, I can't remember exactly what it was. Like, never take advice from a
Never take advice from a millionaire. And the reason why is because, you know, millionaires they're not certain about their money yet. They're scared, actually. I mean, if you ask them, just go ask them, hey, what got you $1 million? I was out there hustling, working deals, da-da-da. Then when you got $1 million, what happened? You start worrying about losing it. What do I do with this money? And you start saving it and protecting it. You were taking risks when you had nothing. You took a risk when you had nothing. You took risks when you had 100. Took risks when you had 300. Then you quit taking risks at $1 million. So that's why I say never take advice from a millionaire, because they go into conservation mode. Yeah. The billionaire never goes into conservation mode. Like all the way up, he's just like expansion. Look at Elon. Sells PayPal, walks away with $3 billion.
Puts it all in the...
Bang, 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 and rents.
Right.
Rents where he lives. Borrowed money to rent.
Yeah.
Shoved it all in.
It's crazy.
Millionaire would never do that.
Why?
Takes all his chips off the table. And then looks at his chips and he's scared he's going to lose them again.
Hey, man.
Evan, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
You got a book coming out, don't you?
You just came out.
Where can people get it?
Get it on Amazon. Easiest spot. Built to serve. Right there.
Let's go, man. If you guys don't know Evan, follow Evan Carmichael. He's got a new book out, Build to Serve. Go grab it today at Amazon. Just a good dude right here.
Rule number 5, simplify and commit.
The idea here is, look, commit. Okay, and this is the problem with the schooling system. Everything's got to be figured out first. I got to read the instructions first. Like, nobody really does read the instructions.
I never read the instructions. I wrote an article about it. I don't read any instructions.
You know, and so, I mean, I can't read them because they're so small. Yeah. so, and even when I could read them, I'm like, I don't want to read the instructions. Can't they make this simpler?
Yeah.
So, and that is the premise there.
Yeah.
Can't it just be simpler?
Yeah.
And the way to make it simple is, and we see this happening today. I mean, this is happening on a global scale where picking a car up now is simple. Pick me up.
It's crazy.
I don't have to put the address in. It should locate where I am. Car picks me up. I put in the destination, tells guy where to go.
You don't even need to pay for it either. It's already set up.
Like simple. You guys got, everything should be simplified. Yeah. And the way to simplify things, I remember Mercedes-Benz years ago, I heard about this when they had first figured out how to put a drop back, a hard top convertible into the trunk. They couldn't figure it out. It used to be these old, you know, they'd hang them up in the garage and take them off, and it was like very laborious. And somebody at Mercedes-Benz said, don't tell me what it's going to cost. Tell me when it's done. Just get it done. no matter what. This is how the Elon Musk are thinking today. You know, this is why Apple keeps creating a crazy product. Why this will go away. Somebody's going to come along one day and say, get rid of the phone, and I still want to communicate.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be on a headset, more like this. We'll probably go in here, right, where I pop.
Well, I mean, the watches.
Yeah, they're moving there, right?
It's crazy.
So to where I don't even need a watch. I won't need anything. It's like, okay, I want to call ba. We're moving in that direction of less and faster and simpler. So the way the human being does that, he's in Brisbane this morning, the Gold Coast. I got to get down there. He's committed. He doesn't figure, he just gets a flight. No research.
No, not
You weren't
at all.
researching it last night?
No, not at all.
If you'd
Couldn't care less.
If you'd have known about this last night, you'd have been doing work about it last night, planning, negotiating with the airlines. When you get compressed on time and you got a commitment, you're like, I got to be there at 2:30. Everything works out.
Yeah, as I was walking out, my assistant, she goes, "Oh, where are you going to stay?" And I was like, "Book me a place where close to to the park or where you're staying." Won't put that out. But
we're on this trip. We went to Tokyo. Because things don't work out as planned anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying go through life unplanned. I have 500 employees. So there's got to be some planning. There's got to be.
Is that stretched over your?
It doesn't need to be me doing the planning though.
Yeah.
Like maybe I need somebody else to do that. I don't have to do that.
No.
I just need to know where I want to go. So we were coming to Sydney. I knew I had this commitment with Success Resources to come here and do these events. Good. Tell me when the events are. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, I got to get there. Right. So a week ago, I'm like, okay, hey, Lanny, I called my pilot. I want to route to Sydney, but let's stop in Hawaii. Let's go to Kauai. Kids have never been there. We'll stay there for 3 days, acclimate for a second, and shoot down to Sydney. I had enough data to know that I would need to do a route like that. Storm comes in. For some reason, I can't get the place I want in Kauai. Storm comes across the South Pacific, and Lanny said, hey, we might want to be careful with this storm coming down there. I said, okay, well, let's reroute to Fiji. Double storm pops up. Double-headed cyclone. Okay, in our path. He's like, Grant, we can't go that way. We'd have to go all the way around this storm. I said, no, we don't. Go to Tokyo. Now, the point of that story is, look, just keep moving forward. Yeah. Keep moving in a direction that you want to go to. We go to Tokyo. I made all these friends in Tokyo. Yeah. I would have never done that. But I was committed to going to Sydney. And so again, commit. Move in the direction that gets you closer to where you're going to go.
Rule number 6, solve bigger problems.
There's this whole thing about success that people label on top of. Are they happy, but they still have problems? Their problem. Yeah, dude, I still have problems. It's the same problems everybody has. So does Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? Everybody's got problems. Like, question is, are you going to keep looking for bigger problems to solve rather than little small problems that you have?
Rule number 7, have a morning routine.
Is there any daily disciplines that you have in your life, daily routines that you would attribute to your success?
I try to beat the sun up. I write my goals down every day, and I try to hit the gym. So I don't do it perfect every day.
Sure.
Some things throw me off, and unfortunately, I created a lifestyle where some things are taken care of for me that most people don't have that option. You know, somebody drives the kids to school. I don't have to do that. That would change everything if I had to do that. Who knows? Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to start driving the kids to school. It seems like a complete waste of time to me. But I live two minutes from my office. So when I bounce out of here, I got to go do a live stream on real estate. But that's the first 3 things. If I can get that done in the morning, man, I know I'm going to have a good day.
Yeah, pretty simple. Beat the sun up. Make sure you write down your goals.
Yeah.
Make sure you take care of yourself. Get the blood flowing. Get the heart pumping.
Yeah, and I write my goals down fresh, a new unit at a time. Like I write them down today, like I had never written them down before.
Nice. That's so simple on the outside, but so many people won't do those 3.
I dare everybody listening here to try to do it for 30 days in a row. See if you can even make 7.
Rule number 8, don't be dependent on one vertical.
You mentioned that whilst writing 10X Rule, something changed for you.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that sort of this?
Look, the 10X rule
to going all in, or
no? The 10X rule was just the awareness of I had been dependent upon one vertical,
right?
And I'm sitting there looking, okay, I worked my ass off. I was good at my craft. I saved my money. What did I do wrong here, dude? 51 years old. I should be like so rich right now. I should be like not even huh?
Where's my jet rich?
I wasn't even thinking about a jet then.
Right.
I wasn't even thinking about a jet. I should just be like, I was still having to do business with people I didn't like. I'm like, why am I still kissing asses? And I don't mind kissing asses. Like, I don't mind, I'll do whatever it takes, but I'm like, why am I still flying 3 million miles every 3 years? Like, I was banging miles out. I wasn't 150,000 miles a year.
Wow.
You know, away from my family. Like my life was miserable. I'm like, what? It's fine that you do that for 20 years. It's not fine if you do it forever. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I wasn't scaling. Now, I didn't know that until the economy basically served up the lesson.
Right.
All right, we're going to take your 3 businesses, and we're going to show you that you really only have like maybe a half of one business. Took the first business and just cut it in half. Took the second business, took it down to like 90%, like just killed this partner I had. And the third business was real estate, and it was frozen. It was literally like they put it in a freezer and said, you're not going to lose any of this, but it's worth nothing to you today.
Yeah.
And I was on life support. And I'm like, I'll never do this again. I will never be dependent upon one vertical, one partner, or a handful of real estate.
Rule number 9, choose who you do business with.
Never do business with somebody you don't feel good about. Deal's never going to be good.
It's not worth it.
Can't get a good deal from a bad guy. It's impossible. If I don't feel good, there's no way I will not give a person a penny.
Wow.
I don't care how good the deal is. Deal will never be good if the guy's bad.
Doesn't matter how bad you want it, what they have.
Do not do it.
Yeah.
So I have a list of like 6 things.
Yeah.
And if one of those boxes checks off, I know I shouldn't do this deal.
Wow.
More than one, for sure I won't do it.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is use your money.
If I sit with $100 in my pocket, folks, there is no economy. If you want to be economic, you let money flow. It has to move. You got people in your company, managers and executives that are saving money. They save their money. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? We're saving money. How can you grow a department if you go home and all you do is save shit? You know, you open up somebody's freezer and they got ice cream that's 3 months old. It's got this much left. You got Diet Coke that's 4 days old. It's got that much left in it, okay? You got Ziploc containers. You have whole cabinets of Ziploc containers and little plastic things where in case you had some leftover corn or peas or potatoes, you're like, don't throw it away. Save that. Save that much pork chop. Maybe I'll hit it tomorrow.
See, like this, somebody put this back in here. That's probably Elena doing that. There's no reason to put this back here. It reminds me of my mama. Reminds me of when I grew up. Save everything. It's a terrible product anyway. Why you want to save it? Look at this. She put 2 apples in here. Don't put them back in the refrigerator, man. Eat them or toss them. You're not going to go broke or get rich saving leftovers.
What are you guys doing, man? You got in your closet that you ain't ever gonna wear. It don't fit you. It ain't fit you in years, right? How many of you got stuff at your house you could get rid of? You're trying to save stuff. Dude, how can you have new stuff come in when you're holding on to stuff that you don't even use? Right? So you have to use this. It only becomes valuable when it's used. Now the question is, what are you gonna use it on? And the other question is, why don't you use it? Why are you so compelled to hold on to it? What do y'all think that is? You don't know how to get more. Number one reason, your mother did not know how to get a new shirt. That's why she put so much time and energy in cleaning the shirt you got a stain on. Okay? You broke a toy, your parents got upset with you. Can't believe you did that. What, did what, man? Dude, toys are to be broken. That's what a good toy is for, right? Right? I lost a quarter when I was 8 years old, and I would have thought my house was going to get torn apart because my dad became so upset about the quarter. You're playing with money. Never play with money. What are you doing playing with money? And that lesson pounded on me so hard, it kept me from making real money for 20 years.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video, and what are you going to do to take action on it this week? When you write down what day, what time, and what place you're going to take action on something, you have a 91% chance of following through versus just 35% if you got motivated but never wrote down a plan. And when you share your plan and have public accountability, it raises your chances of following through even higher. So that's what I want to do today for you guys. You watch this video. What was your single biggest takeaway, and what is your plan to take action on it this week? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below.
In the sales thing, you have to learn how not to be emotional. You know, the price is too high. I don't want to do it. I'm not interested. You have to be almost Dr. Spock. Not be emotional. Keep following up. Hardest thing to do is to not be emotional. You know. So
do you still find yourself getting emotional about deals?
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said that, I just ran a list of like 17 guys that I still haven't closed.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You know, as soon as you said, hey, don't be emotional, I thought about, I didn't close that guy. He's in Boston. You know, I worked this deal, that didn't happen. Okay. I'm working this angle over here, this didn't. All these deals that I have stored up in my inventory of losses, they're accumulated losses. And this is what happens to the salesperson, right? They get all these losses and they start lowering targets.
If you want to change your life in 30 days for free, check the link right here below me. Or if you want 10 more awesome rules from Grant Cardone, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy them. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.